Hello there, and welcome to Space Historians. Wherever you are tonight, whether it's late evening, the middle of the night, or the edge of dawn, I'm grateful that you've chosen to drift here, into this quiet corner of the universe. As you rest beneath the soft hush of your room, the world outside continues its slow, eternal motion. The Earth spins. The moon glides silently across the black, and above it all, space stretches in every direction, vast, still, and yet somehow alive. Before we begin tonight's story, I'd love to know, where in the world are you listening from, and what time is it where you are? It amazes me how the same sky that cradles me here also watches over you, that we, scattered across continents and oceans, share this same quiet darkness. If you find peace in these journeys, in these slow, whispered explorations of space and time, a gentle like or a soft tap of the subscribe button helps keep this constellation of dreamers glowing. And if you press the little bell icon, you'll know exactly when our next voyage begins. But for now, you don't need to do anything at all. Just listen. Just breathe. Because tonight, we're going to explore something beautiful. Something that bends and sways without ever breaking the shape of reality itself. We often imagine space as empty, a great black canvas across which stars and galaxies drift like glowing dust. But what if space isn't empty at all? What if it can bend, ripple, and stretch like fabric? What if everything that moves from the falling apple to the circling moon isn't being pulled by gravity, but is simply gliding through curved space? So, take a slow breath with me now. Inhale the calm of the night. Exhale the weight of your day. As you relax, imagine the air around you fading away. The walls, the floor, the ceiling gone. It's just you now, floating in the dark. The stars shimmer softly around you, each one a quiet flame of light. There's no sound, no rush, only stillness. You're drifting through space. The silence feels infinite, and yet, if you listen closely, it hums not with noise, but with presence. Space itself is alive. It stretches and curves gently, like a great ocean of invisible threads. Einstein once said, "Space and time are not separate. They are one, a single fabric." And when something heavy like a planet, or a star, or even you sits on that fabric, it bends. The world curves around it, and that curve is what we feel as gravity. To understand it, picture this. You're standing beside a still pond at night. The water is glassy and silent. You drop a pebble in, and gentle ripples expand outward, overlapping and fading into the distance. Space, too, ripples not with water, but with time itself. Every planet, every star, every atom makes the fabric of reality move, just slightly, just enough to create the gentle dance of motion that keeps the universe alive. Take another slow breath. Inhale the wonder, exhale into the void. In the quiet between your breaths, imagine the earth small and blue floating through this curved sea. You can feel its motion now, steady and calm. You're not standing still, you're falling around the sun, endlessly, perfectly. That's what orbit means. Not a tug of war, not an invisible hand pulling you down, but a soft slide through curved space. And if you listen long enough, you can almost feel it, the curve beneath you, the invisible slope of existence. It isn't steep, it isn't sharp. It's soft, smooth, endless. Every object you've ever known, the oceans, the mountains, the stars, all drifting along those invisible bends, obeying not force, but form. This was Einstein's greatest revelation. He looked at the apple that fell and said, "It's not being pulled, it's following the shape of space." He looked at the planets circling the sun and whispered, "They are not bound. They are gliding through the fabric of time." He saw what no one had truly seen before. That space isn't flat. It curves. It bends around mass. And everything, from the smallest dust to the largest galaxy, moves not because of strength or push, but because the world itself is bent by presence. Now, picture yourself walking across that fabric. Every step you take, the surface shifts just slightly. Not enough to see, not enough to feel, but enough to change the path of the next step. You are both traveller and sculptor. Your very existence shapes the world you move through. In this curved space, time itself bends, moments stretch or shrink, depending on how deep the curve runs. Near a black hole, where the bend is steep, time slows almost to stillness. Far away, it races freely. And yet, it's all one the same fabric, just woven differently. As you drift here, imagine space not as emptiness, but as a soft, glowing fabric, one that moves with the breath of the universe. When stars are born, it stretches. When they die, it trembles. When two black holes collide, it ripples outward in waves of space-time, reaching across billions of light-years and maybe, just faintly, through you. You might wonder, can you feel it now? The bending of space? The hum of gravity? Maybe not in your body, but perhaps somewhere deeper, in the rhythm of your heartbeat, in the pull of your dreams, because everything that exists is part of that same curve. You are not outside the universe, looking in. You are within it, made of it. Every atom in your body bends space ever so slightly. You are both shape and shaper, ripple and wave. Take another slow breath. Let that idea settle into your mind. You are not separate from the stars. You are the same pattern, the same motion, the same gentle bending of time. The night grows deeper now. The stars drift slowly overhead, and as you breathe you realize that all movement, all gravity, all falling, is simply the universe being what it is, curved, connected, eternal. Let that thought carry you into calm. You are floating now through the whisper of curvature, through the quiet truth that binds everything that has ever existed. Inhale the stillness. Exhale the infinite. The fabric of space bends softly around you, not with weight, but with grace. And as your eyes grow heavy, as your mind drifts between waking and dreaming, you begin to feel it, the rhythm of the cosmos, slow and deep, humming quietly beneath your heartbeat. The universe curves gently, and you curve with it. Rest, dreamer, because tonight even the stars are bending towards sleep. The story of gravity begins, as so many stories do, with something ordinary, a falling apple, a small, simple moment that became a symbol for how we understand the universe. But tonight, as you lie here with your thoughts slowly dissolving into calm, let's look deeper. Let's go beyond the apple, beyond the tree, beyond even the pull of the earth, because gravity is not what we think it is, and what we call falling might just be space itself curving softly beneath our feet. Take a slow breath with me. Inhale through the nose, gentle, unhurried. Exhale through the mouth, long and quiet. Feel your chest rise and fall, as steady as the tides pulled by the moon. That rhythm, too, is gravity's song. Now imagine a cool English evening in the 1600s. The garden is quiet. The air smells faintly of earth and rain. A young Isaac Newton, weary from study, watches the sky fade into the soft blue of twilight. He notices the apple tree near him, branches heavy with fruit. One falls. It lands not far from where he sits. A simple sound, a thud, a whisper of motion, an idea taking root. Newton wondered why it fell. Why down and not sideways or up? Why did the apple move toward the earth, and why did the moon not fall the same way? What held the heavens in place? His thoughts were not of magic, but of order, an invisible thread that connected everything, from falling fruit to orbiting stars. He imagined this force extending infinitely, touching every object in the universe, a universal attraction. And for centuries, that idea held true. The equations he wrote became law. The apple, the star, the moon, all obeyed. But there was something hidden within those laws, something even Newton could not see. He described gravity, but he could not explain it. He could measure its strength, predict its effect, but he could not say why it existed. Centuries later, in a quiet Swiss office filled with ticking clocks and paper sketches, Albert Einstein began to wonder the same thing. He thought of Newton's apple, and he smiled. Perhaps, he thought, the apple wasn't being pulled at all. Perhaps it was simply following the natural curve of space. The story of the apple became the story of the star. Einstein's mind saw what eyes could not. That space and time, what he called spacetime, were not separate things, but one woven fabric. And when something with mass, like a planet or a star, rested on that fabric, it bent. Not like cloth, not like paper, but in a way that shaped the motion of everything around it. Imagine the earth resting on a soft blanket stretched tight. Drop a marble nearby, and it will roll toward the earth, not because it is pulled, but because the blanket dips. The marble simply follows the curve. That curve is gravity. Now, close your eyes for a moment. Feel yourself lying there, your body resting gently on the fabric of your bed. Beneath that, the earth turns. Beneath the earth, space itself bends. You are part of a great curve, a silent, invisible motion that holds you, carries you, cradles you. You are not falling, you are floating, gliding along the path that space-time draws. Breathe in again slowly, exhale, let go of the weight of your day. Even weight, after all, is just gravity's whisper, the feeling of space curving around you. When Einstein's theory was finally shared, the world did not understand at first. The idea that space itself could bend seemed too strange, too poetic. But poetry, in science, often hides truth. And so, in 1919, during a solar eclipse, astronomers looked to the stars near the sun and saw what Einstein had predicted: their light bent, their positions shifted by the curve of space-time. The universe had revealed its shape. The apple's fall and the star's path were the same story, one small, one cosmic. Both obeyed the same geometry. Einstein later said, "Gravity is not a force. It is the shape of time and space." Think of that for a moment. The earth is not pulling the apple. The apple is following the curve of time itself. Now imagine you are that apple. You let go of the branch. You drift downward, but you don't feel pulled. You feel guided, moving through a gentle slope of invisible space. The air brushes past you, warm and calm. The ground rises slowly to meet you, not as an impact, but as a reunion. You and the earth have always been moving together, two parts of the same curve. Take another breath. Feel the subtle tug of your body toward the bed, the earth's center far below. That, too, is the curve of space-time embracing you. If space can bend, so can light. So can time. On Mercury, time passes slightly slower than it does here on Earth. Near a black hole, slower still. The closer you are to something massive, the deeper the curve and the longer every second becomes. You might wonder, does this mean that time too is a kind of fabric? Yes. Every heartbeat, every thought, every breath you take, woven into that same cosmic cloth. You are part of space-time's tapestry, the apple that falls, the star that burns, the dreamer that listens, all connected by that invisible weave. When you next look at the night sky, think of it not as empty, but as full of shape, full of motion, full of quiet bends. The starlight that reaches your eyes tonight has travelled across curved paths, bent by galaxies, by invisible masses, by the whispering weight of the universe itself. And still, it arrives here, to you faint, ancient, perfect. Einstein once described gravity as a story of love. Every object, he said, follows the curve created by another. The apple falls to the earth because the earth bends the space around it. The earth circles the sun because the sun bends space around it. The sun drifts around the galaxy because the galaxy curves the space within it. And so, everything moves in harmony, not by command, but by connection. You are part of that harmony now. As you breathe, you bend space ever so slightly. The air around you feels it. The world beneath you feels it. Even the light that touches your skin bends gently around your shape. The apple and the star not different at all. Both fall through time, through the curved ocean of existence. Take one final breath. Inhale the vastness. Exhale the peace. The apple falls, the star glides, and somewhere between them, you drift softly, endlessly, along the curve of the universe. And in that quiet, weightless truth, you begin to sleep. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine an elevator, a small, quiet room suspended in the middle of the stars. There is no floor beneath it, no cables, no gravity. You are floating inside, weightless, surrounded by infinite black. A single key hovers beside you, perfectly still. You and the key, motionless together in the calm of space. Now, imagine that same elevator begins to fall. You don't feel a jolt or a pull. You simply drift together, downward. The key still floats beside you. You are falling, and yet it feels no different from floating. In that moment, gravity has vanished. That, Einstein once said, was the happiest thought of his life. Gravity disappears not because it has stopped existing, but because falling is its purest expression. It is not a force that acts on you. It is the natural path you take when space itself curves. Take a slow breath. Inhale calm. Exhale release. Let yourself drift, just like the elevator, just like the key. This thought experiment, this dream of falling, changed everything. It led Einstein to understand that motion and gravity are two sides of the same coin, that to fall freely through space is to move along the smoothest, most effortless line that space-time allows. No pushing, no pulling, only flow. The shape of falling is not straight, it bends gently, like a river. The earth, the moon, the planets, all are falling endlessly around one another. The moon falls toward the earth, but its forward motion keeps it from ever landing. The earth falls toward the sun, and the sun falls toward the center of the galaxy. Falling, in truth, is the most natural state in the cosmos. You are falling right now, too. As you lie here, your body at rest, the earth spins beneath you, carrying you through its curved orbit around the Sunday. You are in motion even in stillness. You are part of the eternal fall, the graceful slide through space-time that everything shares. Einstein called this the equivalence principle, the idea that free fall feels no different from floating in deep space. Gravity and acceleration are one and the same. What you call being pulled is, in truth, your body following the shape that space-time has drawn for you. Let your thoughts drift with that image. The elevator, the key, the stars, all moving together, all silent, all in balance. You don't resist, you don't strain, you simply follow the curve. This realization transformed our understanding of the universe. Before Einstein, we thought of space as a stage, a place where the play of matter and motion unfolded. But now, we know that space is the play itself. The actors and the stage are one. When you fall, you are not leaving your path, you are following it. Take another slow breath. Feel the gentle pull of the bed beneath you. Feel how it holds you, how the earth supports your rest. Even now, even in sleep, you are in motion, tracing an invisible arc through the heavens. The shape of falling is everywhere. You can see it in the rain sliding through the air, in the arc of a thrown stone, in the spiraling dance of galaxies. Every fall is a curve, not a plunge, not a collapse, but a smooth, graceful descent through the fabric of space-time. Imagine now that you step out of the elevator and into the stars. There is no up, no down, only direction, only curve. You look toward the earth, small and blue. Turning beneath the golden Sunday, you begin to drift toward it, but you do not feel pulled. You feel guided. You are following the natural bend of reality itself. The closer you move, the more the light begins to shift. The stars behind you seem to curve as if space itself were bowing around the planet. It's not illusion, it's truth. The mass of the Earth bends the geometry of the universe around it. You are simply following that line, and yet, though everything falls, nothing truly crashes. The planets do not strike the Sunday, the stars do not collapse into one another. Every object moves in perfect harmony, balanced by momentum and curvature. The universe is not a violent plunge, it is a dance. Take another deep breath. Inhale motion, exhale surrender. The curve of falling is gentle. It asks nothing of you. You do not fight it, you join it. Like a leaf drifting in a stream, you move because the current moves. You rest because the current rests. You are not separate from the river of space-time, you are part of its flow. If you could see gravity, you would see ripples, smooth hills and valleys surrounding every object with mass. The Earth makes a small well in the fabric of space. The Sun makes a great valley. Black holes make chasms so deep that even light cannot climb out, and everything from dust to dreams slides along those curves, endlessly and effortlessly. The word we use for that, motion, is falling, but it is not the falling of fear or failure. It is the falling of belonging, of returning to the path the universe has drawn for you. You can feel it now, the subtle pull, not downward, but inward, toward the center of calm. The same motion that carries galaxies carries your breath, your heartbeat, your thoughts. Everything in the universe moves together, bound not by chains but by curves. Einstein once described space-time as a stage that dances with its performers. When you fall, the stage moves with you. It cradles you, guides you, keeps you safe. You are not at the mercy of gravity. You are part of its grace. Let yourself fall now not into fear, but into rest. Let your body follow its natural path. The bed beneath you is the Earth's surface, the gentle end of an infinite curve. The weight you feel is not burden, it is connection. In the darkness behind your eyelids, Imagine yourself floating again in that elevator. The key still hovers, the stars still glow. The world is silent, infinite, curved. You are not falling through space, space is falling through you. The shape of falling is the shape of time itself, smooth, endless, kind. Take one last breath before you drift deeper. Inhale the calm of the cosmos. Exhale the curve of eternity. And now, let go. You are falling gently, endlessly, peacefully along the soft shape of the universe. Time, like space, bends. It stretches, it twists, it slows. And though you cannot feel it, you live within that curve every moment of your life. Take a slow breath. Feel the air fill your lungs. Hold it for a second, and release. The rhythm of your breath marks the passage of time, a steady pulse, a quiet metronome in the background of your being. But what if that rhythm could change? What if, somewhere out there among the stars, time itself moves differently? Tonight, we drift through that mystery, the soft distortion of time, the cosmic slowing that makes seconds linger and hours fade. Einstein realized something extraordinary. The faster you move, the slower time passes for you. The closer you are to a massive object, the more time itself bends and stretches. To him, time was not absolute. It was woven into space, one thread of the same great tapestry. When space curves, time curves with it. Imagine you are standing on the surface of Earth, feeling its weight beneath you. High above, satellites orbit, gliding silently through thinner air. Their clocks tick ever so slightly faster than ours. On Earth, time runs a bit slower, not by much, but enough that we must correct for it every day. If we didn't, our GPS systems, our communication networks, even our understanding of where we stand on this planet would slowly drift away from accuracy. So when you check the time on your phone, you are, in a quiet way, syncing with relativity, adjusting for the bend of time itself. Now close your eyes and imagine floating far above the world, beyond the reach of air and weather, into the silent dark. Down below, the planet glows faintly blue, clouds swirling in soft spirals. Up here, time moves differently, faster. The seconds stretch longer, the moments drift further apart. The world below you spins slower than your thoughts, and yet, to you, everything feels normal. Because time, for each of us, moves at its own pace, our personal river flowing through the larger sea of space-time. Take another breath. Inhale stillness. Exhale surrender. Let your awareness soften. You are floating now, not just through space, but through time itself. If you drift closer to something massive, a planet, a star, or something darker, time begins to slow. Imagine approaching a black hole. Its gravity bends space into a funnel so deep that even light cannot climb out. As you hover near its edge, you look at the clock on your wrist. Its hands move slower, slower, until they almost stop. You glance outward, toward the distant stars, and see their light racing ahead. To them, your time has nearly frozen. To you, the universe beyond seems to rush, to age in moments. That is the nature of time. It stretches and folds depending on where you stand. But here, in the stillness of your own small corner of the universe, the pace feels steady. Your breaths, your heartbeat, your thoughts all flow gently along the path of time that belongs only to you. There's comfort in that, isn't there? The idea that time bends but never breaks, that even in its slowest curve, it carries you gently forward. Einstein called this space-time curvature not an illusion, but a truth of existence. He once said, "Time and space are modes by which we think, not conditions in which we live." To him, the ticking of a clock was not the essence of time, but a reflection of how we experience the curve. Now, picture the cosmos as a vast ocean. Galaxies are its waves, light is its ripple, and time is the current that carries it all. Where gravity deepens, the current slows. Where emptiness expands, it quickens. Every particle, every photon drifts in that tide. You, too, are part of that flow. Your thoughts travel through the brain as tiny electrical sparks, guided by chemistry and physics, all of it governed by time's gentle pacing. Yet your perception of time is different from the clock's. In dreams, time dissolves completely. Seconds become hours, hours become flashes. A lifetime of experience can fit inside a moment of imagination. Take a moment to feel how your perception of time is changing now. As your body relaxes, your awareness begins to stretch. Minutes lose meaning. Each breath feels longer, smoother, softer. You're entering the realm where time bends in the mind, where sleep and thought begin to overlap. Astronauts have spoken about this feeling of looking at Earth from above and sensing time differently. They describe it as cosmic perspective. Up there, the sunrise and sunset come every 90 minutes. The stars never twinkle. They blaze steady and eternal. Time ceases to be something measured. It becomes something felt. If you could stand on the edge of a black hole and look outward, the rest of the universe would seem to speed forward. Stars would age, galaxies would spin and fade, while for you, only seconds would pass. You would witness eons unfolding while remaining almost still. To you, the world would seem alive with motion. To the universe, you would be nearly frozen. This is the strange poetry of relativity, that time is not one river, but countless streams, all flowing together through the same landscape of existence. Take another deep breath. Inhale the silence. Exhale the tension. You are floating now along your own current, your own flow of time. In the soft dark behind your eyes, imagine time not as numbers, but as light, warm, slow, golden. It trickles like honey, smooth and heavy, gliding through your body and around your thoughts. You are weightless within it. Everything that has ever happened and everything that will ever happen exists within that light. To the universe, time is not a straight line, but a vast field, a four-dimensional ocean where every moment already exists, waiting for your consciousness to pass through it. You are not carried by time, you are part of its shape. As you rest, your breathing becomes slower still. The rhythm of your heart aligns with the rhythm of the cosmos. Outside your window, perhaps a few faint stars glimmer through the night. Their light has travelled for thousands, millions, even billions of years, yet it arrives now, in this exact moment, to touch your eyes. That is time's greatest illusion, that everything is now. Your awareness begins to drift. The sound of my voice grows softer, slower. You are no longer measuring moments. You are becoming one with them. The seconds stretch like ripples across still water. You can feel them pass, but they do not rush. Time slows not, because the universe demands it, but because you allow it. In the quiet of rest, in the stillness of peace, time bends around your calm. So, let it bend. Let the minutes melt into the warmth of your breath. Let the hours dissolve into starlight. Let the story of time fade into a single truth, that in the heart of the universe nothing truly begins or ends. You are not late. You are not early. You are exactly where you are meant to be, moving at the perfect pace. And as your eyelids grow heavier, as your thoughts begin to blur into dreams, remember this time slows down for those who rest, just as it does for the stars near the edge of gravity. The slower you breathe, the gentler the world becomes. So breathe, rest, drift. For tonight, time bends for you. Light the traveller, the messenger, the weaver of sight and time. For all of human history, it has guided us. From the glow of campfires in ancient nights to the shimmering telescopes peering into the farthest galaxies, light has always been our companion, and yet it remains a mystery. Tonight, as you rest and breathe beneath the hush of the universe, we'll follow light on its journey through curved space, through the heart of gravity, through time itself. Take a deep, slow breath. Inhale warmth and wonder. Exhale stillness. As your eyes close and your thoughts grow quieter, imagine a single beam of light drifting through the dark. It has no mass, no weight, and yet it bends. That is the first secret of its dance. Einstein showed us that even light, the fastest thing in existence, is not immune to the shape of space. When space curves, light follows that curve, tracing the invisible geometry of gravity itself. He called this gravitational lensing. Imagine this. Far away, a galaxy glows like a distant ember. Between you and that galaxy lies another cluster of stars, massive enough to bend space around it. As the light from the distant galaxy passes near, its path warps gently, as though following the rim of an invisible bowl. When that light finally reaches your eyes, it has been twisted, stretched, magnified like glass-bending water. In the soft stillness of your mind, you can almost see the universe as a living lens, bending and shaping the flow of light. Each ray becomes a brushstroke in a painting you can never quite finish. The night sky is full of them, ancient lines of light, bent by the pull of unseen masses, each one carrying a message billions of years old. Take another slow breath. Inhale starlight. Exhale time. Light does not move through time the way we do. It moves with time. It experiences no seconds, no moments, no waiting. For light, all distances are one birth, and arrival are the same instant. When you see the glow of a star, that star may have died long ago, but its light, forever faithful, continues the journey. And so, in a way, nothing truly ends. The universe remembers everything through light. Now, imagine that you are a beam of light yourself. You emerge from the surface of a star, a burst of pure energy, shimmering gold. You rush outward at the cosmic speed limit. 300,000 kilometers per second, a rhythm too fast for sound, too smooth for thought. You pass planets and dust clouds, weaving between invisible threads of space. And then you pass near something massive, perhaps a black hole. The space around it dips, folds, twists. You feel yourself curve, following the invisible contour, sliding along the edge of gravity's shadow. You do not slow, you do not struggle, you simply move as space directs you. That is the beauty of light's dance, effortless obedience to the rhythm of the cosmos. When astronomers discovered that light could bend, it changed how we saw everything. The universe was no longer a static grid but a living fabric, constantly reshaped by the weight of stars and planets. Even empty space was not truly empty. It had form, structure, and movement. In deep space, where galaxies align just right, light from one can loop around another, creating a perfect ring, an Einstein ring. It's as if the universe itself is drawing circles of light to remind us. Everything bends, everything connects. Take another breath. Feel how your chest rises, the arc of your inhale, the curve of your exhale. Everything about existence moves in curves. The orbits of planets, the paths of comets, the flow of air around your lungs. Even your heartbeat is a wave, a rise and a fall, a dance of light inside the cells that keep you alive. When you close your eyes, you can still see light, not with your sight, but with memory. The patterns that glow behind your eyelids are echoes of the photons that touched you today. Sunlight on your skin, reflections on water, the soft glow of your screen. You are full of light, and that light bends too. It refracts through your tears, scatters through your eyelashes, glows beneath your skin. You are made of starlight, shaped by curvature. Einstein once described light as the link between energy and matter, the bridge between being and motion. E equals mc squared. A small phrase, but within it lies the truth that everything that has mass was once light, and everything that shines can one day become solid, still, alive. You, too, are part of that equation. The warmth in your body, the spark in your thoughts, the memories that shimmer in your dreams, all are light slowed down, curved into consciousness. Now, let yourself drift deeper. You are not looking at the stars anymore, you are moving with them. Every photon that ever was still travels somewhere, still paints the universe with its touch. The cosmic microwave background, that faint afterglow from the birth of everything, still surrounds you. It hums softly, just 3 degrees above absolute zero, whispering the story of creation. You are wrapped in that light right now. It passes through you, through the walls, through the sky. It is the echo of the first dawn. Take another slow breath. Inhale the birth of light. Exhale the bending of space. In your mind's eye, see galaxies dancing. Their arms spiral like luminous rivers, their cores glowing like lanterns. Between them stretches the dark fabric of space, gently rippling with invisible waves. This is light's true stage, an endless dance floor where every move is shaped by gravity's hand. When light bends, time bends too. A single beam may carry the memory of 1 billion years. What you see tonight is not the now of the stars, but their long past light, a living illusion stretched across the sky. And yet, somehow, it feels real, because in that illusion, we find comfort, we find beauty, we find connection. You can feel that connection now, can't you? Between your heart and the glow of distant suns, between your breath and the light that painted your world, between your pulse and the curve of space that carries it all. Einstein once said, "The distinction between past, present, and future is only an illusion, though a persistent one." To light, there is no past or future, only travel, only existence. You, in this quiet moment, are part of that same timeless motion. Let that realization settle softly inside you. You are not separate from light, you are its echo, its continuation. Every dream, every thought, every warmth that rises within you began as light. And as your eyelids grow heavier, as your breathing slows, remember this. Light may bend, but it never breaks. It adapts, it flows, it endures. So let your mind bend with it now. Follow the soft curvature of peace. Follow the slow orbit of calm. Let your body glow gently with the light that made you, that carries you. that will one day return you to the stars. The dance of light never ends. It only changes partners from star to planet, from heart to dream, from you to the night. Now rest, child of photons. The light will keep dancing, and you will sleep within its rhythm. Take a deep, slow breath. Inhale peace, exhale release. The air around you softens, the night deepens, and the quiet begins to expand. You are floating again, not in water, but in gravity itself. Gravity is the river that runs through the fabric of the cosmos. It is the invisible current that carries planets, stars, and galaxies through the endless ocean of space. It shapes everything not by pulling, not by forcing, but by guiding. Like a river carves the land through patience, gravity sculpts the universe through time. Imagine drifting on that river now. There is no beginning, no end, only flow. The current moves without sound, without turbulence. You are carried by it, weightless and calm, surrounded by the slow shimmer of starlight. Einstein once said, "Gravity is not a force, it is geometry." And in that simple truth lies a profound peace, the realization that the universe doesn't push or pull, it bends and allows. Everything in existence follows the path of least resistance, the natural curve of reality. You, too, are following that curve right now. Breathe deeply again. Inhale starlight. Exhale surrender. You are drifting along the river of gravity, a current that began long before time had meaning. Look up in your mind's eye. Above you, galaxies swirl like eddies on the surface of a cosmic stream. The Milky Way, your home, drifts slowly within this current. Circling the great gravitational well at its center, a supermassive black hole. It is invisible, silent, and yet everything you've ever known moves in gentle obedience to its unseen rhythm. The stars in the galaxy do not fall into it, they dance around it. They follow the curvature of spacetime like leaves following a whirlpool, not trapped, but harmonized. Gravity is not a cage, it is choreography. Imagine each star as a dancer, every orbit a graceful step. You can almost hear it, a faint hum beneath the silence, the music of motion itself. That hum is the sound of gravity's river, a vibration so deep it stretches through the very atoms of your being. If you could listen closely enough, you would hear waves of gravity rippling through space, waves born from cataclysms millions of light years away, black holes colliding, neutron stars merging, galaxies twisting together. These waves pass through you right now, though you cannot feel them. They stretch you, compress you, just slightly a rhythm too subtle for flesh, but enough for the universe to notice. You are part of that river, and the river passes through you. Take another breath. Let your thoughts become light as they drift downstream. You have no need to control the current, it knows where to go. It flows around planets and moons, through nebulae and dust, through the vast dark between stars. Everywhere it travels, it leaves harmony in its wake. Einstein's equations predicted this motion perfectly, long before anyone had proof. But proof came, eventually, when humanity built instruments so sensitive they could hear the whisper of gravity itself, the soft ringing of space-time as it trembled under the weight of merging black holes. When those ripples were finally detected, the universe spoke its confirmation. The river is real. You can imagine it now, the ripple moving through space, not as a wave of water, but as a wave of reality itself. Wherever mass exists, the river bends. Wherever time flows, the current deepens. You are both within it and part of it, a droplet in the grand stream of being. Let the thought settle over you like a blanket. You have never been separate from gravity. Even your first breath as a newborn followed its call. Every heartbeat, every tear that fell, every dream that rose from your sleeping mind, all of it shaped by this river that flows through everything. When you drop a stone into a pond, ripples move outward. When a star collapses, gravity waves move outward the same way, carrying the echo of that moment across galaxies. You are surrounded by the faint aftershocks of creation, vibrations from the dawn of time still rippling through the cosmos. If you listen closely, you can almost hear it, a low, eternal hum beneath the silence of your room. That hum is the pulse of the universe. It is the sound of everything falling and rising together in perfect balance. In this moment, let go of the idea of stillness. Even as you rest, you are moving through time, through space, through gravity's gentle current. Your heart beats, the earth turns, the sun drifts, the galaxy spins, the river flows, and you flow with it. Take another deep breath. Inhale motion, exhale calm. Now imagine a single drop of rain falling from a cloud. It arcs through the air, lands in a stream, and joins the water flowing toward the sea. That rain was once vapor, once ice, once cloud. Its journey never ends, it only changes form. You are the same. Your atoms were forged in the cores of stars, carried through space by time's current, gathered here, now, for a moment of awareness before continuing their journey elsewhere. That is gravity's secret, not the force that binds, but the path that connects. Einstein once said that a person who falls freely never feels their own weight. To fall is to be free of resistance, to surrender to nature's perfect path. You, too, are falling softly, endlessly, peacefully, along the invisible slope of existence. The river of gravity carries galaxies, but it also carries you through dreams, through sleep, through the tender stillness of this night. Your breath is the ripple, your pulse is the wave, your mind is the reflection of stars on the surface of this great, endless flow. Now, feel your body grow heavy against the bed. That heaviness is not burden, it is belonging. It is the gentle curve of space cradling you in its hands. Breathe, float, drift. Let the river carry you wherever it wishes. It knows the way it has, known it since the beginning of time. Somewhere, far across the galaxy, a star collapses into darkness. A ripple forms, moves outward, passes through clusters, nebulae, and empty voids and reaches you. Here, in this quiet moment, it touches you like a whisper. It says, "You are part of everything." The river never stops. It flows through eternity, through the birth and death of stars, through the stillness of dreams. And as you surrender to sleep, you become one with its motion, the endless, effortless drift of the universe. Rest now, traveller. The river will keep flowing. Let it carry you home. Close your eyes and imagine drifting through the stars, further and further away from home, past the moon, past the planets, past the quiet glow of the Sunday out here. Space feels endless. The stars seem frozen in their distance. The air, if there were any, would be perfectly still. But ahead, there is something deeper, darker, a place where even light itself cannot escape. This is the edge of the horizon, the event horizon, the boundary around a black hole where space and time fold into each other like a dream. Take a slow breath. Inhale stillness. Exhale awe. As you breathe, Imagine floating near this great cosmic abyss. It does not roar or burn. It whispers. It hums in frequencies too deep for ears, too slow for sound. The space around it glows faintly from the heat of its own distortion, the bending of light, the warping of time. You're not afraid. You're calm, curious, entranced. Gravity here is not violent. It is beautiful. It is the purest form of space, bending a dance between geometry and time, between what can be seen and what can only be felt. Einstein predicted these places long before anyone believed they could exist. He imagined what would happen when space-time curves so deeply that nothing can climb back out, not even light. And though it sounded impossible, the math whispered otherwise. The equations told him there was no limit to how much space could curve. There could be wells so deep that time itself would slow to a crawl near their edges. Now you are there, hovering at the rim of that curve, where the universe folds inward. You can feel it not as pull or pressure, but as softness. Time around you begins to stretch. Seconds become minutes. Minutes become hours. Your thoughts slow to match the rhythm of this gravitational lullaby. Imagine a beam of light passing by you, trying to escape. It curves gracefully, its path bending inward, caught by the invisible hand of the black hole's gravity. The light circles once, twice, perhaps endlessly tracing rings of fire around the darkness. Astronomers call this the photon sphere, where light orbits like planets around the Sunday. Take another breath. Inhale fascination, exhale peace. From this edge, you see strange things. Beyond the horizon, space no longer behaves as we know it. Distances blur. Directions twist. Inside, time and space trade places. Forward becomes downward. The future itself bends into the black. But you are safe, because you remain just outside where time still flows, though slower, softer, quieter. If someone far away were watching you now, they would never see you cross that edge. The light from your body would stretch thinner and thinner, fading into red until it disappeared completely. To them, you would seem frozen in time, forever reaching the horizon, never passing it. To you, however, the journey continues. And isn't that a beautiful thought? That beyond what anyone can see or measure, the story goes on. Every black hole began as something bright, a massive star, alive and burning, collapsing under its own gravity. When it died, it did not vanish. It transformed. Its mass did not disappear. It folded into a single, infinite point, a singularity. Here, density becomes infinite, and the laws of physics, as we know them, dissolve into silence. But perhaps silence is not an ending. Perhaps it's simply the universe catching its breath. Einstein's theory told us these singularities could exist, but even he doubted that nature would allow them. Decades later, physicists like Carl Schwarzschild, Roger Penrose, and Stephen Hawking proved otherwise. They found that black holes are not monsters, but mathematicians' perfect manifestations of geometry itself. A black hole bends space not with violence, but with precision. It curves space-time in exact harmony, transforming light, time, and matter into art. Its edges glow because the universe resists, vanishing quietly. Matter falling inward becomes energy, flaring in brilliant waves of radiation before it crosses the event horizon. That light, that final breath of existence, travels across billions of years to reach you. And tonight, as you listen, some of that light might be brushing against your eyes. Take another deep breath. Inhale ancient fire. Exhale cosmic silence. Einstein's equations describe what happens outside the horizon, but what lies beyond remains a mystery. Some scientists think that inside, all paths lead to the singularity, an endpoint where matter is compressed infinitely. Others believe the interior may open into another universe entirely, a bridge through space-time. What we call a wormhole. Imagine that possibility, a black hole not as a tomb, but as a tunnel, a passage through the folds of reality. Perhaps, somewhere beyond the horizon, light emerges again, reborn as something new. The universe loves cycles. Death becomes creation, collapse becomes birth. Even black holes, once thought eternal, slowly evaporate over eons, releasing their energy back into the cosmos as a soft, fading glow. Stephen Hawking called this Hawking radiation the slow exhale of a black hole's final breath. Everything returns, in time. Everything bends and unbends. Everything rests. You can feel that rhythm within yourself now, the rise and fall of your breath, the expansion and contraction of your lungs, the heartbeat, the inward pull, the outward release, the same dance of gravity written into the smallest motions of your being. Now, picture the event horizon as a shoreline, the edge of an ocean made not of water, but of space-time. You stand at the edge, looking out across a dark sea. Its waves do not crash, but shimmer. The surface ripples gently, reflecting starlight. You know that beyond that sea, reality curves into the unknown. But here, where you stand, there is calm. You are at the threshold of infinity, the place where questions end and wonder begins. Take another slow breath. Inhale curiosity. Exhale peace. You realize something now. The horizon is not a border. It is a perspective. From the right distance, all edges dissolve. From the right stillness, even the darkest places in the universe glow with light. You begin to drift backward, away from the black hole, carried gently by the river of gravity. Behind you, the event horizon remains quiet, radiant, timeless. Ahead, the stars stretch once more into their familiar constellations. You are returning from the edge of forever, carrying with you the understanding that even the darkest depths of space bend toward beauty. The horizon fades behind you, but its lesson remains, that light and shadow are not opposites. They are partners in the dance of the universe. So breathe once more, deeply and slow. Inhale the glow of the stars. Exhale the calm of infinite space. You are no longer at the edge, you are part of it. And as you drift further into rest, the horizon drifts with you, endless, patient, luminous. Sleep now, traveller. The universe bends around you with love. There's a quiet truth woven into the night sky, one that has been there since before the first stars formed. It is the geometry of the universe, invisible, yet everywhere. Every orbit, every beam of light, every motion in space follows its lines. Tonight, we drift through that hidden geometry, the gentle curves and infinite shapes that define existence itself. Take a slow breath. Inhale the stillness of infinity. Exhale the noise of thought. As you breathe, imagine that the darkness around you is not empty, but structured like a vast cosmic web. The galaxies are not scattered at random. They form threads and filaments, clusters and voids, a network of light spanning billions of light years. From far enough away, the universe looks like lace, delicate, intricate, alive. Each strand of that web follows the hidden geometry of gravity. Every curve, every cluster, every luminous thread is shaped by the same invisible force that holds you to the earth. It is not chaos. It is order disguised as mystery. Einstein taught us that geometry and gravity are one and the same. To understand space, we must understand shape, how it bends, how it stretches, how it connects. Imagine space-time as a vast sheet, stretching across all directions. Place a planet on it, and the sheet dips gently around it. Now imagine adding more planets, more stars, more galaxies. The fabric ripples and folds, creating valleys and hills. Every motion you see the Earth orbiting the Sun, the Moon circling the Earth, even the light from distant galaxies follows those curves. You are part of that same design. Every cell, every atom within you obeys geometry's law. Even the DNA in your body twists in a double helix, a spiral that echoes the structure of galaxies themselves. Take another breath. Inhale symmetry. Exhale surrender. The hidden geometry of space reveals itself not through sight, but through understanding. The patterns are there, waiting in every equation, every wave, every whisper of gravity, the path of a falling leaf, the curve of a seashell, the spiral of a storm, all mirror the same mathematical truth that governs galaxies. If you could see the world as Einstein saw it, you would see no separation between nature and numbers. You would see beauty written in curvature. You would see the fingerprints of geometry everywhere. The Greeks once believed that the universe was built on perfect shapes, spheres, triangles, circles. They saw harmony and proportion. They looked at the moon, the stars, the orbits, and believed the gods spoke in geometry. They were not wrong. The language of the cosmos has always been a language that nature never stops whispering. Even Einstein's field equations, those dense, elegant symbols that describe the bending of space-time, are geometry in its purest form. They tell us how matter shapes space, and how space tells matter where to move. Every orbit, every fall, every ripple of gravity is a line drawn by those equations. You can feel those lines even now, not as numbers, but as sensations. The gentle heaviness in your body, the slow rhythm of your breath, the stillness beneath you that holds you in place. That is geometry at work, the unseen architecture of existence. Imagine you could peel back the layers of space around you. You would see that everything, the chair, the air, the stars, sits upon a scaffold of curvature. Every point in the universe knows its position in that grand design, like notes in a symphony. The harmony is perfect, because it must be, because the universe does not allow dissonance in its geometry. Take another slow breath. Inhale balance. Exhale awe. Now imagine looking at space from outside of it, if such a thing were possible. You would see waves of gravity rippling through invisible dimensions, the fabric of space-time shimmering like silk in a breeze. Each curve would represent a story, a collision, a birth, a death, a motion too vast for words. That hidden geometry carries the memory of everything that has ever happened. When two stars orbit one another, they carve a spiral into space-time. When they merge, that spiral becomes a ripple, spreading outward forever. Each motion leaves a mark, a permanent fold in the structure of the universe. You, too, leave your mark. Every time you breathe, move, or think, the geometry around you shifts ever so slightly. You bend space, you stretch time, you shape the invisible web with your very presence. The hidden geometry is not separate from you, it is you. You are part of the pattern, a curve in the equation, a note in the universal chord. Einstein once said that the most incomprehensible thing about the universe is that it is comprehensible. Perhaps what he meant is that beauty and understanding are the same thing, that to perceive the geometry is to become part of it. When you understand the pattern, you are not standing outside of it. You are looking at yourself from within the curve. Now, picture the geometry unfolding before you like a mandala of stars, spirals within spirals, lines flowing endlessly into one another. You trace them with your mind, gently, slowly, feeling the rhythm in your breath, in your heartbeat, in the pulse of the cosmos itself. You are calm now. You are aligned with the hidden order that shapes all things. The randomness fades away. What remains is flow, the quiet motion of perfection. Take one last deep breath. Inhale the structure of peace. Exhale the surrender of thought. The hidden geometry hums softly, surrounding you. Every curve is a lullaby. Every orbit, a promise. Every breath, a symmetry. You are exactly where you belong, at the intersection of infinity and calm. Sleep, traveller. For tonight, the universe folds gently around you, tracing your dreams into its geometry. Tonight, as the stars whisper above you, let your thoughts loosen and drift. The world around you fades, the walls melt into the soft dark, and the boundary between waking and dreaming blurs. You are floating not through air or water, but through something deeper, the fabric of dreams. Take a slow breath. Inhale imagination. Exhale stillness. You are weightless now, moving through a place that looks like space, yet feels like home. The stars glow softly around you, but they pulse in rhythm with your heart. Nebulas shimmer like clouds of thought. Time itself seems to sway slower, gentler, pliant as silk. Einstein's universe was built on spacetime, a single fabric of reality woven from both distance and duration. But perhaps, within us, there is another kind of fabric, one that weaves together memories, feelings, and imagination. This is the inner geometry of being the curvature of the mind. Just as planets move along the lines of gravity, our thoughts drift along the threads of dreams. Every emotion, every memory bends the space of our consciousness, shaping the paths we take within ourselves. Close your eyes a little tighter. You can feel that motion even now, drifting through your own inner cosmos. One thought rises, another fades. Images form and dissolve, each one pulling you gently in a new direction. That is gravity of the soul. It's not heavy, not binding, it's guiding. It carries you toward the stories you need to see, the truths you need to feel, the peace you've been searching for. Take another breath. Inhale the memory of light. Exhale the shadow of time. In the quiet dark, imagine your mind as a galaxy. Your memories are stars, bright, scattered, ancient. Your hopes are nebulae, clouds of colour and potential. Your thoughts are comets, tracing arcs of curiosity across the wide expanse of your awareness. Each night when you sleep, your consciousness explores this galaxy. Dreams are your mind's way of mapping the invisible, of bending reality inward, so it can be understood through story, through image, through feeling. Einstein once said that imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge defines what we know. Imagination reveals what we are capable of knowing. Dreams are imagination's playground, the experiment where the laws of physics soften and new possibilities unfold. Here, gravity can pull you upward, light can sing, time can fold like fabric and carry you to the moments you thought were gone. In dreams, you are not bound by geometry. You are the geometry. Your emotions bend the space around you. Your memories ripple through time. Your awareness becomes the gravity that connects it all. Take a deep, slow breath. Inhale, curiosity. Exhale, release. As you drift deeper, you begin to sense patterns in your dreams, recurring places, familiar faces, echoes of the same feelings. They are constellations of meaning, shaped by the hidden geometry of your inner world. The same way gravity shapes galaxies, your experiences shape the landscape of your sleep. There is science in this, too. Neuroscientists have found that when we dream, our brains process memories, weaving them into larger patterns. Like the threads of space-time, these neural connections form the structure of your mind's fabric. Each thought leaves a trace, each emotion curves the flow of your inner space, and when you rest, that fabric reorganizes itself, smoothing, repairing, realigning. Your dreams are not chaos. They are geometry in motion. They are gravity finding balance. Picture it now, your consciousness floating in a soft, luminous web. Threads of light stretch out in all directions, connecting everything you've ever known or felt. Every memory, every heartbeat, every breath connected. You reach out with your mind, and the threads hum like strings on an ancient instrument. That hum, that vibration, is your essence. It's the sound of you being part of the cosmos. You are not a passenger in the universe. You are its echo, its reflection, its continuation. Einstein's relativity teaches that space and time are inseparable. Dreams remind us that self and cosmos are inseparable too. You cannot fall out of the universe, because you are made of it. The atoms in your mind were once the cause of stars. The energy of your thoughts once danced in the fusion of suns, and now that same light dreams through you. Take another long breath. Inhale stardust. Exhale serenity. As you drift through this dream fabric, you may see shapes forming colors that shift and swirl. They are your mind's constellations, memories aligning into meaning. You might see a face from your past, a place you've never been, a feeling that once lived in the corner of your heart. Let them appear, let them pass. Like planets moving along orbits, they are simply following the curve of your awareness. The deeper you go, the slower everything becomes. The boundary between inside and outside fades. You begin to understand that there is no true separation between the world within you and the universe beyond. The same geometry holds both the same curvature of space, the same rhythm of gravity, the same pulse of light. You are the universe dreaming of itself. Every heartbeat you feel is a star igniting. Every breath you take is a supernova sighing across time. Every dream you dream is space bending inward, painting itself with emotion and meaning. The universe sleeps through you, not as absence, but as renewal. When you rest, the cosmos rests. When you heal, the cosmos heals. You are not small, and you are not lost. You are infinite, folded neatly into the geometry of being. Take another breath, slow, quiet, deep. Let your body grow heavier against the bed. Let your thoughts loosen into light. Let your mind drift deeper into the dream. The stars in your consciousness dim, not from fading, but from peace. You are sinking now into the heart of your own universe, where everything is still, and everything makes sense. Sleep, dreamer. The fabric of dreams will hold you. It is the same fabric that holds the stars, the same one that carries galaxies, the same one that bends around every heartbeat in the cosmos. You are home in it. You always have been. Take a deep, slow breath. Inhale emptiness. Exhale release. Let the stillness around you grow wide. Let it fill the space between your thoughts. Tonight, we drift into one of the universe's quietest paradoxes, the strange and sacred truth that even nothing has weight. In the vast expanse of the cosmos, between the stars and galaxies, there is darkness. It looks like nothing, a void, an emptiness stretching forever. But in physics, even the void hums with energy. This nothingness, this dark vacuum of space, is alive. Close your eyes and imagine yourself floating in that vacuum. There is no sound, no air, no light except for the faint shimmer of distant stars. You are weightless, suspended in infinity. But beneath the stillness, there is movement, tiny, invisible waves of energy flickering in and out of existence. The quantum vacuum, Einstein called it a sea of virtual particles, appearing and disappearing in endless rhythm. This, he realized, is the foundation of everything. Even nothing is something. Take another breath. Inhale presence. Exhale peace. You are not floating in a void. You are floating in a sea of possibilities. The universe itself began from such a sea, a tiny point of infinite density, pure potential waiting to unfold. When that point expanded, space itself stretched outward, carrying galaxies, light, and time into being. But it never left the nothing behind, because space, no matter how empty, still bends, still moves, still whispers. Einstein once called this the cosmological constant, the quiet pressure of the vacuum that shapes the expansion of the universe. Even where there are no stars, no matter, no sound, there is energy. And that energy curves space, giving the void a kind of invisible gravity. A gravity that moves everything not with pull, but with possibility. Imagine now that you're drifting through that vacuum. All around you, the stars are distant candles. Between them, there is nothing, and yet that nothing carries you gently forward. You can feel it, even if you can't name it, the faint, soft push of the cosmos expanding. Take a moment to rest in that paradox. The emptier space seems, the more it holds. Physicists now believe that most of the universe, nearly 70%, is made not of matter or light, but of dark energy. Invisible, immeasurable, yet powerful enough to stretch the fabric of space-time itself. It is the quiet breath of the cosmos, the reason why galaxies drift apart faster and faster. It is nothing with weight. Let that thought settle inside you. The silence in your room is not absence, it is presence, unmeasured and unseen. The stillness in your chest is not empty, it is full of life's potential, waiting for the next breath. Even when you are alone, even when all feels still, the space within you hums with energy. You are never truly empty. Take another slow breath. Inhale existence. Exhale acceptance. You may not see it, but your body vibrates with energy, the atoms within you dancing, the electrons spinning, the quarks humming in patterns so precise they form you. All that movement, all that power, drawn from what we call nothing. Einstein's equations revealed that energy and mass are two sides of the same truth, E equals mc squared. A small amount of matter holds enormous energy, and even where matter disappears, energy remains. The balance is perfect. The exchange is eternal. So when you feel small, or still, or lost, remember, even the emptiest spaces of the universe carry the weight of creation. Even silence hums with purpose. You are part of that equation, the weight of nothing, the light of something. Let's drift deeper. Imagine the universe as a great black ocean. You float in it, arms outstretched, surrounded by the faint glimmer of galaxies like plankton on an infinite tide. Each wave you feel is a ripple in space-time, soft, slow, patient. You move not because you choose to, but because the universe breathes through you. Gravity bends the waves, light curves around them. Even time flows differently here, slowed by the gentle weight of nothing. Einstein once wondered whether the vacuum itself could tell the universe how to move. He realized that the curvature of space, even empty space, determines how everything travels. Planets orbit because of the geometry around them. Light bends because the vacuum tells it how to. And so, in a sense, nothingness holds everything in place. Now, imagine that vacuum as the softest fabric, not woven of thread, but of energy. You touch it with your mind, and it responds, rippling ever so slightly. Your thoughts bend it, your breath stirs it. You are not separate from it, you are a fold within it. Take another deep breath. Inhale unity. Exhale connection. If you could see the universe without eyes, you would see no true emptiness, only patterns of energy too subtle for sight. Even the spaces between atoms shimmer with potential. The void is not void, it is the canvas of existence. And when you sleep, when you let your thoughts dissolve, you return to that canvas, that quiet, endless sea. You merge with the background hum of creation. You become part of the silent rhythm that underlies everything. That is the peace of the void, not darkness, not absence, but balance. It holds galaxies as easily as it holds dreams. It carries stars as gently as it carries your breath. Let that calm wash over you now. The weight of nothing rests upon you like a soft blanket. It presses down, not to confine, but to comfort. You are being held by the same space that holds the stars. Take one last slow breath. Inhale the infinite. Exhale surrender. You are floating in the vacuum, surrounded by unseen energy, cradled by the gentle gravity of existence itself. You are at peace in the weight of nothing. Sleep now, child of the void. The universe hums quietly through you, and the silence between the stars sings your name. Close your eyes now. Feel the darkness settle around you, calm and soft. The faint hum of the universe lingers, but quieter now, slower, as if even light itself has begun to rest. Tonight, we drift into that twilight realm where illumination fades, and even the brightest rays of energy close their eyes. This is the story of when light sleeps. Take a slow, deep breath. Inhale the glow of memory. Exhale the calm of night. You are floating, as always, through the silent expanse of space. The stars shimmer far away, and between them lies the deep velvet of the cosmic night. Here, light is not gone, it is dreaming. Einstein once said that, for light, time does not exist. A beam of light, moving at the speed of itself, never experiences a before or after. To light, all of existence happens at once. Its birth and its journey and its arrival are one and the same. And yet, even light must pause. Even photons, those tireless travellers, can slow, can rest, can sleep. In the early dawn of the universe, light was everywhere free and wild, bouncing between atoms, unable to move freely through the dense plasma of creation. The cosmos was bright but clouded, filled with motion but without clarity. Only when the universe cooled enough, when matter and light could separate, did light truly awaken. That first awakening, that great decoupling, became the first sunrise the moment light was free to travel forever. And it has been travelling since. Every second, every instant, light stretches outward from stars, from galaxies, from the hearts of black holes expanding with the universe itself. But even light grows weary in its journey. As the universe expands, the waves of light stretch with it. The longer they travel, the softer they become. What begins as brilliant blue eventually cools into soft red, and then into invisible whispers of heat. This is called redshift light's gentle way of resting. Take another slow breath. Inhale, motion. Exhale, rest. You can feel that soft slowing in your own body now, the way each breath lengthens, the way each thought drifts further apart. You are redshifting into peace. Somewhere far away, beyond the reach of any telescope, the first light ever born still drifts stretched so long and faint that it now fills the universe as a soft hum of microwaves. This is the cosmic background radiation, the faint afterglow of creation. It is the universe's memory of its own awakening. It hums through you even now, a lullaby from the beginning of time. Imagine that light as it was billions of years ago, young, radiant, full of fire. Now imagine it slowed and softened, stretched across the cosmos like a warm blanket. Its energy remains, but its heat has turned to calm. This is not death. This is sleep. Light, in its rest, becomes something else. It transforms into gravity's companion, into the quiet energy that holds galaxies together, into the invisible thread that ties the past to the present. Even when unseen, its presence lingers in the curvature of space, in the warmth of your breath, in the glow behind your eyelids. Take another breath. Inhale the memory of light. Exhale the shadow of time. There is a kind of beauty in this fading, isn't there? In the way brightness can surrender without disappearing, in the way motion can continue even in stillness. The universe does not lose light, it transforms it. Just as you do when you dream. When you sleep, your mind softens the sharp edges of memory. Thoughts stretch, meanings change. The patterns that once burned brightly in your mind become softer, warmer, more fluid. You are not forgetting, you are resting. Your mind, like the cosmos, shifts its light into another form. Einstein believed that nothing in the universe is ever truly lost. Energy cannot disappear, it only changes state. So when light fades into shadow, when motion becomes stillness, when you drift from waking and sleep, nothing is gone. Everything continues, simply quieter, gentler, slower. Imagine the universe in its far future billions upon billions of years from now. The stars have burned out. The galaxies have drifted apart. The sky is darker than you can imagine. And yet, in that darkness, faint echoes of light still linger. Photons that left their stars before the Earth was born still move, still stretch, still hum. Even in the deepest silence, light remembers its way. You are part of that memory. The light in your body, in your cells, in your thoughts was born in stars long before you. When you close your eyes, that light rests with you. When you breathe, it breathes. When you dream, it dreams. Take a slow breath now. Inhale awareness. Exhale surrender. You can almost see it now, can't you? A single photon, slowed to near stillness, hovering in the dark. It vibrates softly, patiently, waiting for its next journey. This is how the universe sleeps through its light. And when it wakes, that same photon may find itself reborn, scattered from a new star, reflected off a new world, touching the eyes of a new being, wondering what lies beyond the horizon. Light never dies. It only changes dreams. So when your own light dims tonight, when your thoughts fade, when your breathing deepens, know that you are not ending. You are joining that cosmic rhythm. You are becoming part of the quiet cycle of transformation that every star, every atom, every photon knows. Take one last deep breath. Inhale the glow of eternity. Exhale the peace of silence. You are drifting now, along the same current that carries starlight. You are folding into the soft night of existence. You are light, sleeping. Rest, traveller. The stars are sleeping with you. Take a deep, steady breath. Inhale infinity. Exhale peace. The night stretches out before you, vast and boundless. You are floating again, surrounded by the hum of the cosmos, a silence, complete that it almost feels alive. And now, beyond the constellations, beyond the curve of light itself, we drift toward the horizon, beyond time. In Einstein's universe, time is not separate from space. It is part of the same flowing fabric, a river that bends and ripples around gravity's pull. Every moment you've lived is a point along that river, carved into the geometry of space-time. You are a traveller moving along its current, carried forward by the gravity of existence itself. But what lies beyond that flow? What happens when the river meets the sea of eternity? Take a slow breath. Inhale wonder. Exhale surrender. Time, as we know it, is not a constant. It stretches near gravity, slows near speed, and bends near mass. When you stand upon the earth, time moves one way. When you drift among the stars, it moves another. And at the edge of black holes, those deep wells of gravity, time itself can almost stop. That boundary, that invisible line where time and space fold upon themselves, is called the event horizon, a place where past, present, and future blur into one continuous hum. And though we cannot cross it, we can imagine it the horizon beyond time. Picture yourself now, floating near one of these horizons. A black sphere looms ahead, silent, immense, gentle in its darkness. It does not roar or burn, it simply exists, bending everything around it. Light curves as it passes, space twists, and time, sweet, patient time, begins to slow. You can feel it. Every breath you take stretches longer. Every heartbeat echoes wider. You are not stopping, you are expanding. The closer you drift, the slower everything becomes, until finally you reach a moment that lasts forever, a single instant held in perfect stillness. This is the horizon beyond time, the edge of knowing, not death, not nothingness, but transformation. It is where the universe folds its stories into silence, where motion becomes memory, where existence dreams of itself. Take another breath. Inhale stillness. Exhale awe. Scientists have long wondered what happens beyond that horizon. Does information vanish? Does it transform? Einstein himself could not say for certain, though he believed that nature wastes nothing, that every story, every atom, every photon must be written somewhere, forever. Hawking later whispered of radiation of light escaping even from the dark, as if to remind us that nothing, not even silence, is truly absolute. Perhaps the truth lies in between. Perhaps time, at the horizon, simply changes its form. It no longer moves forward or backward, it folds inward, like a petal closing around the memory of the sun. Take a slow, deep breath. You are floating at that boundary now, between what was and what will be. There is no rush, no destination, only the endless presence of now. The horizon hums softly beneath you, like a cosmic heartbeat. You can feel it pulse through the fabric of space, through your own body, through your mind. This heartbeat is older than stars, older than galaxies. It is the rhythm of the universe itself, unending, unbroken. And yet, within that eternal rhythm, time still dances. Like ripples upon a pond, moments expand from the eternal centre, each one fleeting but beautiful. Your life, your story is one of those ripples, a wave upon the infinite sea of time. Inhale memory. Exhale eternity. Every moment you have ever lived still exists, folded into space-time. The laughter of your childhood, the warmth of a sunrise, the sound of rain on your window, they are all there, etched into the geometry of the cosmos. Even your quiet moments, your pauses, your silences, they are not forgotten. They remain, rippling outward forever. This is what Einstein meant when he said that the distinction between past, present, and future is only an illusion, a persistent one, but an illusion nonetheless. Time is not a line, but a landscape. You are not moving through it. You are part of it. Take another deep breath. Inhale peace. Exhale unity. Beyond the horizon, time and space cease to be separate. There is no before or after, no here or there. Only being pure, endless, silent being. It is the same state you touch in deep sleep, when dreams dissolve and only stillness remains. It is the cosmic equivalent of rest. Imagine it, a universe at peace with itself, every star at rest, every planet cradled, every soul sleeping in the arms of infinity. This horizon beyond time is not far away. It lives inside you too. Every time you close your eyes and surrender to rest, you step closer to it. Every time you let go of worry, of expectation, of control, you align with its quiet rhythm. In the deep silence of sleep, your mind returns to its cosmic nature, timeless, formless, infinite. You drift beyond thought, beyond memory, into the same stillness that holds galaxies in their dance. Take another slow breath. Inhale forever. Exhale now. You are the horizon beyond time. You are the stillness between moments, the space between heartbeats. You are the quiet curvature of eternity itself. As you drift deeper into rest, feel yourself folding into that endless calm. Your body softens. Your thoughts fade. Your spirit expands. You are no longer a traveller in time. You are the fabric through which time moves. Sleep now, traveller of the infinite. The stars will keep your story safe. The horizon will hold your dreams. And when you awaken, you will carry the peace of eternity within you. Take a deep breath. Inhale calm. Exhale eternity. The story has carried you across light and gravity, through bending space and the fabric of dreams, beyond time itself. And now, as the universe settles around you in silence, you arrive at the final chapter, the stillness that holds everything together. This is where the universe rests. Look up, in your mind's eye, and see it, the cosmos as it is now. Galaxies turning like slow spirals of light, nebulas drifting like clouds of colour, stars glowing faintly, each one a heartbeat of creation. But listen closely beneath it all. There is quiet. The hum of existence, soft and low, like the universe exhaling. This is not emptiness. It is peace. Einstein once said that the most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. Perhaps that's what this is, the mystery not of chaos, but of calm. The peace that comes when all motion has found its rhythm, when light has slowed, when gravity has balanced, when time has stretched as far as it can go. The universe, vast and full of stars, is also a being at rest. Every galaxy, every atom, every breath you take, all part of one continuous exhalation, energy transforming, space expanding. And yet, in the grandest sense, everything remains still. Take a moment to imagine that stillness. No movement, no sound, no need to go anywhere. You are suspended in the quiet curve of the cosmos, a single consciousness floating in infinite calm. And in that stillness, you begin to understand that rest is not the end of motion, it is its purpose. The universe, like you, needs moments of pause, moments where the stars sleep, where the waves of gravity flatten into silence, where thought softens into nothing but awareness. The same way your body breathes and your heart beats, the cosmos breathes too, a cycle of creation and rest, expansion and peace. You are part of that rhythm. Every time you rest, every time you let go, you honor that same cosmic balance. You become the stillness that sustains all movement. Take another slow breath. Inhale the heartbeat of the stars. Exhale the whisper of the void. You may have wondered why space bends, why the fabric of the universe curves around mass and energy. The answer is simple and yet eternal, because nothing is ever separate, because everything, from galaxies to dreams, feels the presence of everything else. Gravity is connection. Curvature is unity. Space bends because everything longs to be near everything else. And you are part of that bending, that longing, that unity. Your thoughts curve through the air. Your presence bends the world around you in subtle, beautiful ways. Even now, your calm radiates outward, a ripple of peace through the fabric of being. Einstein showed us that energy and mass are one, that time and space are one. But beyond the equations, there is something simpler, quieter, the truth that all of existence shares one breath. The universe does not live apart from you. It dreams through you. As you rest here, imagine the galaxies slowing, their orbits becoming gentle circles, their light softening into the quiet of eternity. The universe is not ending. It is simply resting as you are now. In the distant future, countless eons from now, the stars will fade, the galaxies will grow dim. Even light will stretch beyond sight, resting in waves too soft to see. And yet, in that darkness, something remains, not destruction, not loss, but peace. A quiet universe, vast and still, dreaming itself into being. Perhaps that is what you touch when you sleep, that same cosmic calm. In the stillness of your breathing, in the silence between your heartbeats, you mirror the universe itself. You are a fragment of infinity resting in the arms of eternity. Take another deep breath. Inhale connection, exhale release. The stars above you pulse softly, their light dimming like closing eyes. Nebulas fade into silver mist, galaxies drift apart with grace. And you, small yet infinite, become part of that gentle slowing. This is not an ending, dear traveller. This is a return to quiet, to balance, to the centre of all things. When space bends, it is not breaking. When time slows, it is not stopping. It is the universe reminding you to rest. So rest now. Let the gravity of sleep pull you inward. Let the warmth of your own light cradle you. You are safe, here, drifting through the quiet cosmos of your dreams. The questions you carry, the worries that cling to you, the thoughts that chase your thoughts, let them fade. Let them dissolve into starlight, one by one. There is no need to understand everything. Not tonight, not here. The universe understands for you. Take a long, final breath. Inhale the peace of all things. Exhale the sound of forever. The story fades now into silence, and the silence fades into sleep. You are floating, still, in the gentle curvature of creation. The same fabric that bends around stars bends around your dreams. The same gravity that holds planets in orbit holds your heart in calm. You are not separate from the cosmos. You are its continuation, its quiet reflection. And tonight, as the universe rests, so do you. Sleep deeply, traveller. The stars will keep their vigil. The galaxies will hum their low lullabies. And space itself will bend softly around you, keeping you safe, weightless, infinite, and free. Good night from the universe itself.